It was a bodycon cherry red dress with a few sparkly inlays.
Yeah.
A deep V cut, and it was beautiful on you.
It's a stripper dress.
It's not a stripper dress. It's. Hi guys, welcome back to Scream Queen Stream. We're your hosts. I'm Jessica Cameron.
And I'm Heather Dorff.
And guess what we have tonight? Another hot tub story time. What are we going to talk about tonight, Heather Dorff?
Ants crawling at me. You. No.
No, that's not very fascinating now, is it?
Not at all. We're going to talk about our prom experiences.
Oh joy.
Oh joy.
You go first. I hope yours
no.
was better than that.
God darn it, mine's stupid because I actually didn't go to prom, funny enough.
You're American. Is that not a rite of passage for you people?
It is if you graduate high school, I'm sure, but not for me because I left high school to, go work full time to pay bills like some Americans do. So that being said, instead of talking about my prom experience, I'm going to talk about my 10-year high school reunion because I feel like that is equally as comical or horrifying or whatever you want to think as prom can be.
Go for it.
So there's that. So I was actually invited to my 10-year high school reunion, even though I didn't graduate. So there's a first, probably ever. But keep in mind, guys, I grew up in a very small Bible Belt country town. So I'm sure, and they were nice. To be fair, they did invite me. But I'm also, one of the few people that actually left the town and did something different than become the high school coach of the football team kind of thing. I don't live there anymore. But that being said, again, they were very nice. They invited me. I was surprised. So I don't know why I just decided to go. I hadn't been back since I left, and I left when I was 19. Hadn't been back since. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have a good time. Jessica demanded.
This is true. I got through all of this.
Jessica demanded that if I go there and I'm from Hollywood, that I have to look Hollywood. And I was trying to explain to her that this is a really small town.
Keep in mind, I grew up in a small town too, but I'm just saying, if you're gonna go back, you better go back well.
Yeah, she's like, no, if you're going to this fucking thing, you're gonna walk in there and you're gonna fucking blow their minds and stuff. And I agreed to do what she said, although in retrospect, it was over the top. But that being said, I ended up wearing this. I had just come off a Hawaii vacation, so I was super tan, probably looking better than I normally do. Jessica gives me a literal stripper red, low cut V, tight, body tight dress.
Stripper red. It was a bodycon cherry red dress with a few sparkly inlays.
Yeah.
A deep V cut, and it was beautiful on you.
It's a stripper dress.
It's not a stripper dress. It's far too expensive to be a stripper dress. True. And I also have it in leopard print.
She gave me the leopard print one, and she's like, just so you guys know, vape, I quit smoking. But anyways, she's like, try just in case, see what you feel like. I was like, the leopard print one will definitely be too much. I was like, I'm gonna go with the red. Okay, not the leopard print. I
wanted you to be comfortable.
Yeah, but anyways, so I went with the red, and don't get me wrong, it is a beautiful dress. Here's the problem. It was at this small sports bar. I didn't know that. I didn't realize, because I don't know any of the places there anymore. But when I get there, I am the only one in 6-inch stilettos and a fucking body skin tight dress. Everyone else is in flannel and jeans.
But you are exactly everything they think that you are.
So I'm getting all these looks. Not even just from people of my class, but the random pedestrians that were in the front of the bar that was not sectioned off. Just walking through there was the most awkward situation ever. Anyways, walk in. Whatever. I ended up getting really drunk, unfortunately, really fast. So now I realize
because everyone's buying the hot girl in the red dress cocktails. Shocking.
So now I realize I didn't get to appreciate it as much as I should have. But I was talking to some people. It was definitely nice to see some people. I think I could have talked to some more people. But that being said, so a few situations happened. One is an ex-boyfriend of mine apologized for how he treated me in high school, which was due an apology because he was a dick. And he lied a bunch on me. It was one of those calling me a whore situations when I'm not a whore kind of thing growing up. So he apologized for that, which I appreciated. But then 2 ex-boyfriends who were not a part of my high school class showed up. when
So like word got out, and they're like, she's back. She's in a
she's
skin-tight
back.
red
Let's
dress.
all show up to her high school reunion. One of which,
I mean, what else are they gonna do? No offense, you lived in small town Georgia.
well, one of which
I don't feel like there's a lot of options on a Friday night.
Right. Well, I had been drinking, and one of which comes up, and he is like being so serious and talking about like life issues and stuff. And I just looked at him at one point. I'm like, dude, I've been drinking a lot, and I'm at my high school reunion. I'm like, this is not the right place. Like, I can't do this with you right now. Like, I have friends here. I'm here with friends. Like, I can't do this. Anyways, needless to say, I've never talked to him again. He got real pissed. And then the other one was just fine. He was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna crash Heather's reunion, but not be a ridiculous dumbass. So there was that. Okay. That being said, there came the point of the night where everyone had these ballots where you had to vote all kinds of things, like best dressed, most eligible bachelor and bachelorette, and like, you know, coolest job, traveled the farthest, all these different things that everyone had to vote for. And I'm sitting here thinking, here goes high school all over again. So if you guys didn't know, I was a super loner in high school. I was a dork. Just kind of, I kind of kept to myself. I definitely didn't have any certain clique aside from maybe the loner clique, the awkward clique. And this was mostly our like former cheerleaders and basketball players in the real popular class. So I'm like just writing names on this ballot, you know, generally, but I don't think nothing of it. And anyways, when the votes started coming in, I'm sitting there like talking to my friend, not paying attention. And all of a sudden I hear best dress, Heather Dorff. So I win and I get a free drink. Every time we win.
I won that, really.
Yeah, every time we win, we get a free drink. So best dress, Heather. Most interesting job, Heather. Most eligible bachelorette, Heather. Traveled the farthest, Heather. Like I start winning so many that at one point I go, okay, stop. Give him the next person. I was like, please stop. This is weird.
So what you're saying is the red dress was just enough.
You're right. It was just enough. But that being said, it was really nice because I basically got my like prom queen experience, even though it didn't happen around prom and I was much older and, you know, always being awkward and stuff. It was really nice that people took a moment to like, you know, say, hey, we appreciate you. You were weird in high school and you're probably still weird now, but at least we somewhat appreciate you.
You're hot and weird.
But at least you're dressed in a stripper dress, so we like you.
It's not a stripper dress. She's saying that's because it was skin tight. It's a very pretty dress. Insert photo.
Yeah. There it is, okay? So, you know, do with it what you may. I do like the dress, but, you know, look at the rest of the picture here. Okay, tell me how I freaking dress compared to everyone else. It's definitely jarring.
You never worry about other people. And again, here's the thing. You should, in my opinion, there's something to be said for always being the best dressed person in any room.
I agree.
And again, you can, in my opinion, you should never worry about being overdressed. You should be worried about being underdressed.
I agree. I definitely.
And I'm sorry if you make the choice to wear flannel and denim to your 10-year high school reunion, that is your choice. That is not mine.
I will agree. There is definitely some underdressing happening, but you know, at the same moment.
But it's what's right for their lifestyle.
Well, and keep in mind too, most of these people see each other every weekend. It's not a big deal. Like there was only a few of us there that actually don't see everyone at Walmart shopping for their groceries. Like I was one of the very few that don't see these same people every weekend. So for them it was fun, but not like a huge occasion, whereas for me it was a big deal. So it's nice, and then I won all these things and it was fun. So there's that. There's my faux high school reunion. You go.
Did you miss prom at all? Were you feeling bummed that you didn't go?
I couldn't at the time because I was too busy with like real life shit that actually mattered. So later on I did. Like in my mid-20s where I can actually like reminisce back to that time and how much I would have loved to have gone to like prom and stuff. Yes, I did. I do miss it. I did miss it for years. I think now that I did this like reunion, I feel better about it. But no, I do think it's nice. I think it's, but you know, so many people have horrible prom experiences. It's definitely it can be taken or leave it. I feel like hers is gonna be one. So let's hear that.
Okay, so I also grew up in a small town, although mine was in Canada, obviously. So prom was a big deal, but not as big of a deal as it is for you guys in America, but still a big deal, like still a rite of passage. I had started dating my first boyfriend. I wasn't allowed to date anyone until I was 16. It was like a rule in my house.
That was mine too.
Right? So I didn't actually date somebody until I think it was I 17? I think it was 17. And I went to OSCDI and I was head cheerleader. And then I started dating the star football player of our competitors, West Hill.
She would.
Rob, right? But also he was just the best looking guy, right? And he definitely dressed like a boy band guy, which in retrospect I'm like,
That's a little weird. He may be gay.
Like at one point, like he came to like I do remember like realizing that like when he showed up at the high school in like black leather pants and a skin tight red knit shirt, where I was like, I'm not sure if you're really that into me.
Oh no.
Right? No judgment.
No, but
just saying.
in high school it's weird for everyone.
But again, it was okay because at the time that's what NSYNC was wearing in their video. So I was like, oh, it's kind of cool. But then in hindsight, I'm like, wait a second.
Maybe a warning sign. Okay.
Maybe. Either way, he was this beautiful, tall, muscular, blonde guy, really pretty, and by far, in my opinion, by far the best-looking guy in my entire town in my age bracket. By far, no question down. So we were dating, and I wanted him to come with me to prom. And of course, he graciously said he would. I should mention that his mom didn't really like me, like at all.
I've had that a lot in relationships. It sucks.
Yeah. She was definitely not my biggest fan. We just never really got along, and she definitely didn't understand me. And I think that there were some other girls that were like friends of the family that wanted to date Rob.
Of course.
And she was like pro them and not me. And here I am like this
You were the
blonde.
outsider.
I'm like, yeah. And I was like always like super fashion inclined. I dressed like a Spice Girl, like cute little short skirts and like little shirts with like fuzzies on them and like stiletto or
And you're
platform
blonde.
heels.
You probably look like a bimbo, but you're not
You
a
know?
bimbo. But I agree. I can
But
see how that.
I don't. But I feel like when you're that young, when you're like 16, 17, it's not so much a bimbo as it is again. Like I looked very much like a Spice Girl, but he looked like a Backstreet Boy. So whatever.
Whatever.
Either way,
the style.
it works.
It was the style back then.
Yeah.
So whatever.
So anyway, so he agrees to go to prom with me, and he wants to do it because I don't know why. I don't think he had his prom yet or something like that. So we go to my prom. So several things. So I decided to make my own dress because I don't think that any dress is going to be right. And it's I make this really pretty like princess ball gown that's like in a burgundy color, which was really trendy then. Actually, I would wear it years later in potpourri. It would still fit. It actually fit me better in potpourri. Fun facts. But then like the hair, I had my hair styled professionally, and like professionally in Owen Sound means like at like the master cuts. So I mean it's professional, but like not really. So I like brought my photo in and they made it look nothing like it whatsoever, except there was baby's breath in it. So I was like, whatever. And I wore my tiara that I wore in our Disney adventure. That's my prom tiara. For fucking you cannot die in the hot tub. Of course I did. Hey, it was trendy and it was on point. Let me
What
let me
was
recognize.
What were tiaras ever trendy?
They were trendy then when Britney Spears and Backstreet Boys were around. Everybody was wearing fucking tiaras.
I don't know.
Melissa Joan Hart, yeah. Let me just tell you, it definitely was. Just take my word for that. It
You
was
still
on
wear
point.
tiaras. They're not trendy.
They're not trendy now. Now it's just my style. But they were on trend then. So we looked great. There was a prom king and queen. We were not even eligible to win, and I don't think I would have won because I wasn't really popular. But because he was from a different school, we weren't even up for consideration.
Right.
And we had like a very sort of typical prom experience. There was no alcohol or anything involved. Shocking, I know.
Right.
We didn't go to, I think we went to a party afterwards at which there was alcohol, but not during prom. It was held at the school, so it was like really honestly like a very PC child version of what you see in American movies.
Sure. Or honestly, that happens because a lot of people usually bring flasks and alcohol and things get crazy. But yeah,
no, not in Owen Sound, Ontario. It was really simple. And then there was a party, and then I had assumed. So like Rob and I, obviously we were already sleeping together. Spoiler, I know. Shocking.
Right.
But then, and we'd had sex, and he would take his mom's truck. Oh my god, if she's hi Rob's mom. A different Rob's mom.
I really hope.
She hated me then. So we'd have sex in her truck instead of his car. So he took her truck to like pick me up for prom. And I just assumed that Rob would be smart enough with the foresight to get a hotel room. So we could have sex in like, an actual bed.
Actual room, yeah.
That would be awesome. And then I remember like specifically when I was like, so where are we going? And he was like, oh, we can go park somewhere. And I was like, what? You want me to have sex with you in your car in this ball gown? Like, have you seen my like 4-layer skirt?
Yeah.
Like, this is not happening at all. This is a missed opportunity, buddy. And I was so pissed off. I was like, just take me home. The night's over. Like, take me home.
Oh.
So we went home. We did not have sex
You know
that night.
what's funny about this, though? I just need to point out what is actually funny about this. Most girls' horror stories are the fact that they either did have to have sex and it was horrible, like because they lost their virginity to their prom date in a hotel room and it wasn't romantic or it was just lackluster. Jess's is that she didn't have sex.
I was really angry that I did not have sex and that he didn't plan accordingly and that he expected me just to be like, just put your giant ball gown that's like multi-layered that you spent how many like weeks working on, like just put that in the back of the truck. No, This is not happening. No, I'll do a great many things. Hanging up a ball gown is not one of them.
Guys, look up Myers-Briggs TJ, because that's this bitch.
So then I was like, go home. So then I went home and then obviously my parents were like, how was it? I was like, it's fine.
Yeah, it was basic.
It was really generic. It was really boring. I think I dated Rob for 3 or 4 months after that. He was really wonderful, but he was very much, you know, he still lives in that small town. Rob, if you're watching, you know, you still live there, so it's not like that's a surprise. But he lived in the small town, and I was like, I'm going to go to college. I'm getting out of here, and I'm going to go as far away as humanly possible, apparently.
You know, there's only like 1 in like 10,000 in those small towns. I don't know why that is.
It's really rare. No, like very few.
No
live elsewhere.
My whole class is still there. Fucking all of it. If they're not in that town, they're within 2 hours drive of that town. And I'm not kidding. I didn't just leave the town, the area. I literally left cross country, the complete opposite
I left the country. It was like,
yeah. It's like, how far can I possibly get from this location? Because that's where I'm going.
Yeah.
But you know what? Everyone's different. Some people like familiarity. That's never been my thing. I like adventure. I like changing things up. And I definitely like living in a place that's more faster paced.
I do too.
So.
And the other thing that really sucked is my best friend Lisa, who has been like my best friend since we were 15.
Yeah.
She was a grade younger than me, so she wasn't at my prom.
Sure.
So it was like a bunch of people that I was like friends with, but like not best friends with.
But don't know as well.
And my like best friend wasn't there. And then she always dated older men, like much older. So like they couldn't have gone even if she would have gone.
See,
so it's just like different.
This is exactly what would have happened to me if I had gone to prom. All my friends, the few friends I had in my grade wouldn't have gone to prom, for one. 2, I always dated guys older than me. I didn't date anyone in my class. The one time I did, the guy who apologized to me, apologized for a reason. My prom would have been fucking lackluster. I honestly think my reunion was way more fun than my prom ever would have been.
Well, I mean, I still like it. And people still remember my dress and the fact that I made it myself.
Yeah, but here's the issue.
And at the time, I spent like $60 on fabric, and I remember that. And I didn't. My parents did. I remember like, oh my god, that's so much money. And I'm like,
girls spend like $4K on their prom dresses now.
Not in Canada.
Even then, if I wanted to get a nice prom dress, it was gonna be $800. I didn't have the money for that. I really didn't, and I'm not crafty enough. I would have come in like a Pikachu costume. I can't make a dress.
Oh, I ever was so jealous. They're like, who made your dress? I was like, I did.
Yeah. See, so to each their own. Moral of the story is, whether
I haven't made my jewelry.
Whether you make your prom or you don't worry, because life is all about the experience. And just because you missed something or you had something doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be enjoyable.
Yeah.
So
I still consider it to be overall. I'm still happy I did it.
Yeah.
It just wasn't as good as it could have been. Like I wish I could have ended the story to be like, he got a hotel room, we had a wild, crazy, awesome, killer night.
Again,
and that's just not how that went down.
There are people who would say he got a hotel room and thought we meant we were gonna have sex. And
well, but it's different because like I'd been dating him for a while and we'd already had sex, you know,
It definitely isn't, but that's probably why he thought he didn't have to get the hotel room.
Well, it never even crossed his mind because he was like, no. He was just in his mind. He was like, well, we always have sex in the truck. Sorry, Rob's mom.
Again, you already got what He's like, I don't have to put any effort in.
No, he was definitely willing to put the effort in. He just wasn't that. I don't think
Smart.
he was that bright. I don't think he was thinking. He was like, wait a second, why was this like any other night?
Yeah.
We'll just have sex in the car like every other
That's
night.
also men. That's not just dumb people. Men do that a lot. Oh, why is this important? And then you can't explain to them why it's important to you.
Yeah, because it's prom. We should have a bed for once.
Yeah, that's definitely. All right. Well,
Share your prom stories down below. We want to hear yours.
What did you do?
Make us feel better.
Were they horrible? Were they PC? Let us know. And as always, remember to like, comment, share. If you haven't checked out our Patreon, please do. We offer awesome perks monthly to all those who contribute, so check it out.
Absolutely, and if you want more content, all you have to do is become a Patreon subscriber. We do have extra bonus tiers, so the more patrons we get, the more content we will make. So, peace, love, and hang out with you later. Bye. What's up, Solomon? Solomon says, be sure to check out the Idols feature by Chris Charles on Scream Queen Stream, right, Heather Dorff?
Yep.
He's very opinionated. He says, you better watch it or else he's gonna get you.
He's gonna get you.
A special thank you to Chris Charles for all of your endless support. We greatly appreciate it. I answered some questions about Scream Queen Stream over on there. We've both done various articles with this website before, so check them out.
Thank you so much for checking out Scream Queen Stream. We hope you loved it as much as we do.
If you want to see more of our videos, check out our YouTube page. And while you're there, how about you subscribe? You want to see more? Just tweet us. Find us on Facebook. Join in on the fun.
And most importantly, if you really want to join us on this crazy ride, check out our Patreon page and become a patron for amazing, awesome perks that we give out monthly.
As well as early access to all of our videos.
Free giveaways.
And a whole lot more fun shit.
So check it out.
We'll see you there.
Stay bloody.
You stole my tagline.
I did.
You're a horrible friend.